Well, greetings again. This is Dr. Bill Wyatt with the American Orthodontic Society, and I've picked another case that you've probably seen before. This is the ultimate in closing space on adults, and this is the way orthodontics is going to be done in the future. I mean, somebody can come in at any age, any time during their lifetime. And if you want to move their teeth, you can. You can take teeth in the back and slide them up to the front and fill up gaps. You can upright teeth, you can turn them, you can do virtually any movement of the teeth that you want to and finish them out using this straight wise portion. We call it straight wise because we go straight to the problem and correct the problem. If you get the problem corrected, the thing isn't that hard to hold. But if you don't get at the cause of it, then it's going to be a retention problem like mad for a long, long time for the people. But watch this case. I know you, probably many of you have seen it. Several thousands of people have seen this case all over the world, and this is what people want to do. This is going to be demanded of orthodontics. And so people who are doing orthodontics need to learn how to do this and take care of the people. There's just a world of this out there. We don't have enough orthodontists in the world to take care of the people that'll need to have their teeth straightened. If they can get it down to some reasonable cost and they can have it done in a reasonable length of time. So let's get going on this case. I'm going to get through with it. This is one of the worst cases I've done this. We've got all kind of bad ones though. And I've got, if you go through these 940 or 50 videos we've got out there, there's nearly everything that can go wrong with them almost. I don't know of anything else. But this is a real nice lady, and this is down the line. We've already started. Here is her models. This was in 2000. When we started this case. Well, look where, these are her front teeth down like this, and this tooth was hitting here, that hip or jaw back. She didn't have a real TMJ problem, but this could trap the mandible back and could have problems with that. So we're going to raise these teeth, and we're going to go down with these. And we're going to use the teeth back in here. As these go down, these will go up, same way as we've showed on all these other cases. And this is up, these teeth are up here somewhere, and they're going to be going down, and these will be going up, and then we're going to be moving teeth forward and rotating, and then we get on the x-rays, and I'll show all the rest of the work going here. Excuse me. All right, the tooth was out here. This tooth leads over here. Now what we'll do, we're going to bring the roots of it up, and this tooth will be sitting in there, something like that. And we bring this one up here, put it over the top of it. We bring this cuspid and put it back in the cuspid position. We go down, open this, raise this up right in here. And this is what, I get a case like this. This is what I think about. I don't worry about cephalometric x-rays. We take them on every body. So if we transfer the case, I can see the airway and the tonsils and adenoids and whatever else in some of the things we use it for, but I don't let the cephalometric tell me what to do. I can look at the case, and you can too, and see more that needs to be done than you probably will be able to do. Look how this tooth is worn off right here. And we're going to shift all of this around, and she'll have to recrown a few of these teeth after we get through. Now look at the other side. We've got a wisdom tooth. We thought we'd have to take it out. We didn't do it. We straightened this up in here, moved this tooth and all of this down and closed this space up here. This tooth had dropped down into this. We pick it up and we'll line all this up and see how this meets here. That let her jaw couldn't go where it wants to go in here. And so, excuse me again, so we have to take these out and line them up and bring them up, get them out of the way. And you can watch this take place as we do it. And anybody, anywhere in the world, it doesn't matter what nationality or race or anything else, what the color of the skin, you can move the teeth as long as they live. And that's a fact. And we were taught in dental school, or I did go to orthodontics school. I hired somebody to teach me, but that you couldn't move the teeth after a certain length of time, and this is absolutely wrong. You can move them as long as you're living. You can do that. So let's go and see what we can do here. Now we brought this up, and there's a wisdom tooth up there. We'll get it come down. Or at the top, these teeth are leaning back, and the bottom teeth were rubbing up against them. And we're going to level this thing out. The bottom teeth have got an extremely rotated teeth. We'll correct that. And here's this wisdom tooth. We bring these three up, bring this back where it's supposed to be. And we ended up needing one implant back here in that part of the mouth. And that's all. The rest of it is her natural teeth. So here we are in the middle of the treatment. We're pulling this back and closing these teeth together like that. Now, this was a little shell crown, and that thing was cracked or pretty bad when we started, and it had to be redone over, and it had to put an implant back in that spot right there. We closed that space. I'm going through this awful fast. You can go back and see this in a lot of different ways. And when I first saw the lady, she was sit in, the dentist wanted to do some bridges and implants, stuff like that, and I started straightening the teeth up, and this tooth came up pretty good. I brought these roots around, watched that space close there. We took this tooth, moved it over here, put this one down in this area, this over here. We picked this tooth up. We brought all of these teeth and filled up that gap. And this tooth right here, we brought it down and used it. We kept this, all of these teeth. We kept everything she had. All right, here it goes. We brought that back underneath there. You see, we were closing the space. Now you can see this move as we go through it. This is 03. We started I think it was 2000. So here we are. I guess this is 04, January of 04. We're that far. All right, we finished this case up. We closed the space in there. It had a little wire closer across here. Pull that down. And this tooth here, crown crumbled off of it, so she has that redone. That picture's out of focus, but you can see where the teeth are. Now here's the lower arch right here. This is 2000 when we started it, and I think we worked on her for about 3 years, something like that, and brought that back. And this tooth, that shell crown broke off, and they redid it. On the other side, it's fitting. The cuspid came back to class 1. And here it is at 04. After we finished, we wore a lower wraparound retainer. Never run anything under the occlusion where people could chew on it. You can fix these retainers where they stay in with no problem at all. Now that's tooth cracked off, so she had it redone, put her in a retainer. She goes and gets that part done again. This is 05. There it is when we started the case. Here it is. And that tooth she had that crown redone. We took this lady and moved her teeth all together, used everything she had, wisdom teeth, all of it in there, and then fixed her mouth up like that. And the last time I saw her, it was still that way. And she's had thousands of people have seen this case, and thank goodness for the internet that we could go to and do this and show it all over the world. And I thank you for watching, and I'm going to put a few words in here. I hope to God Trump wins the election. This lady is not prepared to lead this country, and I hope Trump wins. So I'm going to put that in there, and you can like it or not. Maybe the lesser of the two bad things, but he can certainly do this better than this woman we've got running for the presidency. So thank you for watching, and I'll close up here. And this is where you can move the teeth here. I hope you like my orthodontics. I'm sorry if you don't like my decision on who ought to be president, but I feel like that is much better that way. So here we go. There it is in 08. I saw her about 10 years later. She was still looking good. That's her retainers. And this makes me feel good to be able to help people and do this kind of stuff. And I hope that young people coming along will learn how to do these things. They don't teach this in orthodontic school. And these schools are getting, I don't know where, I'm sure there are people around in the world that do this type of work. And I hope they'll continue doing it. And so I thank you for watching. And I'm just showing you, once you see it done, then you realize it can be done. And that's what we're hoping to get across to people all over the world. And they're going to demand this type of work for people that are doing the orthodontics. And the university-trained people ought to be trained in this type of work. Thank you for watching now. And I'm going to close this thing out, and I'll see you later.